Damn, Coquito, where you found this? EUWF exclusive. Featuring CeeJayWolfy, For-Terrell, Cardi M, and Alice Coquito. Welcome.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Post Evolved episode podcast with CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, and Cardi M. We're doing a double, and not the way you think, ladies and gentlemen. CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, how are you this evening?
We're doing pretty good, man.
We're doing good this evening.
Off the cuff. Cardi M, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great. It's a lovely evening.
All right.
Excited to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to technical difficulties of time and space, we started doing we're going to do a double episode this day because we couldn't do it on Sunday. It happens. There was a NXT Battleground, a whole bunch of crazy things. So we're going to go for episode 12 and then lead up to episode 13, which was just yesterday. Before we continue, CeeJayWolfy and Terrell, are you happy with the latest two episodes? Not being spoiled, no spoilers, just general. How are you feeling about them?
I feel good about them.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Okay. Cardi M?
Yeah, no, I agree. I've been pretty happy with the outcome so far.
Okay, I get that. I respect that.
All
We got the first match of episode 12, which was the last stand qualifying match. We have Zeta Steele, Aria Bennett, Kylie Ray, and Chantal Monroe, sorry.
Yeah.
This match didn't last long, only 8 minutes, and it was a nice little back and forth. This was not elimination. This was a fatal 4-way, one pin, one fall. That's it.
Yeah.
And the end.
And this was the qualifying match for the women's.
To see who was the fourth person to be in that women's match, which we talk about for next episode. And the winner is actually Kylie Ray. Chantal Monroe did her thing. Zeta Steele with the Vanity Project was outside. We got some Mr. D-Walk. Hey, D-Walk.
Yo, it's an invasion.
I just want to come crashing and everything, but y'all have a good night. I'm checking y'all out.
All right, man. Love you, man.
Welcome
It's an
anytime.
invasion.
Appreciate you, man.
Kyle.
All right. Thank you. He comes out of nowhere, Mr. D-Walk. Vanity Project, I know they got kicked out. I love that shit.
Came in
In
and
the
laid
end,
SmackDown
Kylie Ray
on
won.
Raw.
Yesterday we had a really crazy night. But anyway, CeeJayWolfy and Terrell, your thoughts on Kylie Ray winning, and was it the right choice for episode 13?
I think it was.
Yeah. Which I already predicted gonna be Kylie winning that qualifying match anyway.
Yeah.
And
You did?
But it was a little short match, so I get that match like a B.
Okay.
They had a little back and forth in the match, so yeah, I get that a B.
Okay. Terrell?
Yeah, the match wasn't that bad. It was decent. I'm gonna give it a B as well.
Cardi M?
Yeah. No, I agree. And you're right. It's true that they were predicting Kylie Ray win this match. So and I like the outcome of that one. I give it a B plus. Everybody showed out, especially Chantal Monroe. So
She did.
I'm excited
Man,
to
for
see her.
real.
She did.
She was in there.
She's strong.
B minus. Aria Bennett was not that good in that episode, and she tried her damn best. Bless her heart.
She's from Pennsylvania too, so that's repping my state.
Yeah, and I was like, but
I noticed, by the way, that they used to say she was from like Allentown, and in this episode, they said she's from Reading. I'm like, notice that.
You can guess that. Yeah, but Kylie Ray being the vet.
That's the same thing to do with Harlem Lewis.
Really?
He's saying he's from different spots of New York.
Yep.
Right, you remember that, right? First time he came out, he was from one place, and then he's like, he's from Long Island, and then he's like, no, he's specifically from this place now. I'm like, all right, make up your fucking mind, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Fucking sad. We talk about Lisa Dorado as well. Like, he had a chance to actually correct it, he never did. But either way, after that, we have a Keanu Carver promo where he says this: Harlem Lewis, you want to walk around here acting like you tough, but then you sneak during our match.
The audio cut.
Here.
The audio cut, bro. Baby.
All right, thank you. Sorry about that. All right, where was I?
Yeah.
I was talking about Keanu Carver. After that, Chewy Martinez had a backstage interview with Oro. Oro says that he's happy he got to evolve. He wants to be in the Fatal 4-Way match for the men's championship after he gets through Idris Inofe tonight. The main man takes off to the Fatal 4-Way title match. You like it, you love it. I don't whatever the fuck that means. You love it. Josh, someone knows how to write this. Second match. I know, thank you. I was like, who wrote this? But I understand.
You love it.
Second match, Oro Mensa versus Idris Inofe. We're speedballing through this, ladies and gentlemen, so we get to 13. Oro Mensa was the good fit for Inofe. Inofe is the wrong timing for Oro, if you understand what I mean by this. Because Oro was doing good matches, nice little flash kicks and all that stuff, little back, all that things.
Winning, right? He's been on a winning streak, or not?
Yeah. No, Oro only won one.
Oh.
That's it. One fucking winning streak. That's it. I know. And then Inofe comes in, does his thing. 1, 2, 3. He's in. Yeah. And because he won one match against a guy who just won one match, Stevie Turner comes out like, you know what? I like your jib. You're gonna be in the Fatal 4-Way match just because. I'm like,
yeah, that
okay,
was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That
Hold up,
was
CJ. Go on. No, I was actually that. What are your thoughts on that? The match, the rating, and the post that he automatically gets up, just gets in. That's it. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah. The match was alright though, but that was kind of crazy that she just come out there and just qualify him for just being in that Fatal 4-Way like that. He even did one match. That match right there. So they could have, have another match next week. Or it could have been that triple threat. They have a triple threat match. They have for next week and got them in part of that. Or just,
True.
Like just
True.
right out.
That's just weird.
No, it's true. They could have put him in another match at least to show his medal, but now we're not going to see him again until
in future endeavor. But either way, Terrell, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was weird too. It was kind of off. It didn't really make sense, honestly.
Okay.
And I kind of feel like it was like I feel like the decision was improv. That's how I feel about it. I feel like it was improv, like it just on the spot just changed at that moment. Just to appease him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe that too. That's kind of stupid to do like that. But that's their choice in life, man. I don't know if you can know about that. After that, we get a Harlem Lewis promo. Hey, Keanu, you won't know anything about me ever since I debuted. You've been the one standing in my way, and that's exactly why I left your ass last week. But tonight, a lot of ass talking. But tonight, you're going to find out there's only room for one alpha male on Evolve, and his name is Harlem Lewis. After that, the Vandy Project comes out to take smack to the commentary team. Brad Baylor says that nobody cares about Brindley Reese or Danny Palmer. The only woman anyone cares about is Evolve, is the real deal, Zeta Steele. Zeta is the only one that deserves to be in the Fatal 4-Way next week and be crowned the first Evolved Women's Champion. The same goes to Jackson Drake. He should be in the men's Fatal 4-Way match. Brad is not too worried because after they're done putting down Sean Legacy, Stevie Turner will have to fill the spot with none other than the Carolina Reaper, Jackson Drake. Shout out to EOD Wrestling Hub. He loves that name. Speaking of which, Sean Legacy and Timothy Thatcher versus Swipe Right with the Vanity Project outside. I'm just gonna fast forward this because I don't need. This is just a really sad match. Swipe Right via pinfall. This is the one. No. This wasn't the one. I didn't like this move. I didn't like this one because again, they were a team. They were a team, but Swipe Right, and because of the shenanigans, they won.
Who was in this match again? It was
Legacy and Thatcher versus Swipe Right.
So this was after
Thatcher got jumped by the Swipe Right guys, and he could have took care of his damn self. Yes, that time, yes.
Yeah, I don't even remember this match that much, I guess.
I have a memory. It's sad.
Well, I guess it wasn't that memorable then.
It wasn't.
See?
See?
Just because I don't remember.
CJ?
Yeah, see. I better be in that match too.
Okay. Damn.
That sucks for them. Like, Thatcher's a good wrestler. I guess he's a good wrestler. Swipe right is
the numbers game. It's
learning from the classics.
Yeah, because you have 5 guys outside, and 2 people are always going to fight. Swipe right plus Jackson plus Brent plus Zeta plus Bryce Donovan. You're always going to, unless the referee catches them, you are fucked. And then we'll talk about that later on, a little later in the next episode about referee being dumb as fuck. But Terrell, your thoughts, your rating?
I'm gonna get a rating to C as well. It was kind of lame how they did Timothy Thatcher, making him look like a fucking like he couldn't defend himself. Like you know how they used to do Cesaro, like when Cesaro had a gang of people like trying to jump him in WWE, and that motherfucker just going ham with the elbows. That's what Timothy Thatcher needed to do. He needed to go ham with the motherfucking elbows on their ass.
Oh.
You get a European uppercut. You know what I'm saying? And it just it's like the numbers game, and I get it. You know, it's swipe right. You know, they doing their whole trying to take over, evolve. It is what it seemed like, breadcrumbs, kinda. But the ending was so weak, and then when they did that swipe right shit, that shit just looked like they were soulless. Like they just looked like they were so tired. So y'all badasses, but y'all huffing and puffing from jumping people. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
That is absolute facts.
Thank you. Someone's saying it's truth, man. You should have been on NXT Time yesterday. It was a gangbuster.
Yeah.
Like they know for a fact they was being out wrestled like a motherfucker. They all that huffing and puffing, and they won, which is crazy.
Yeah.
They're investing on them a lot, and they're kind of, after this episode, I think they're gonna splinter away from this storyline and get to someplace else. They have storylines, but if they're doing it like NXT Black and Gold, you're gonna have that in the tank for later to come back around in case you need it. Yeah, it's a stupid policy, but either way, speaking of two stupid policies, Kelly Armstrong promo. Hey Kendall Gray, you look like yourself as a Mighty Mouse badass, but then why you had to get me from behind? Here's the funny part. I love when she said, "Oh, why you had to beat me up from behind?" Because you fucking jumped me the episode before, and you fucked up my leg, and I got beat up because of reasons. You think I wasn't gonna do shit, bitch? The fuck?
Right.
That's Kendall. That's Kendall Gray's response on Twitter. Like, bitch, I've fucking seen your promo live on Tubi. Fuck you. It's because I took you talk about take you out in the town hall. That's what happens when you get in the scrap with a difference maker evolve. I'll tell you, hell, Wendy and Kylie, I hope y'all listening too, because next week it's my moment. Since I stepped foot in the Evolve, I've been calling my shots. Next week on Evolve, Kelly Armstrong will battle Kendall Gray, Kylie Ray, and Wendy Chu in a fatal 4-way elimination match to crown the inaugural Women's Evolve Women's Champion. Plus, Jackson Drake will battle Lindsay Dorado and Jordan Oasis. We find out where Jordan Oasis has been. We find out. But after all that's being said, we have the main event. Keanu Carver versus Harlem Lewis in the WWE Men's Evolve Championship qualifying match. Whoever wins becomes one of the fatal 4-way eliminations. Now, two things. You remember, if you try to remember this, during the spotlight side by side, okay. And if you guys remember this, they were talking shit to each other the whole time. Before the bell rang, during the bell, when the spotlight was on, they were just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. You wanna kiss me? Well, I'm gonna kiss you after work. You want a margarita later? You have a good workout, bro. Like, just and I fucking love the word.
And we never hear any of it.
I heard some things. She's like, oh, you gonna show me, but show me how powerful you are. I'm like, that is how you make a right. Before they even touch, they're talking shit to each other. The second the bell rang, it reminded me of Man on Fire when Dakota Fanning had to jump in the water when they did the thing. Bah! The gunshot holds no fear. Motherfucker, both of them jumped at each other and started beating the shit out of each other. This was a meat on meat match.
Yep.
Me man.
Shit. God. But in the end, I want to say the ending result. Keanu went to the outside. At one point, Keanu went to the outside, hit his shoulder. His leg was fucked up because he fucked up his leg. Keanu Carver did 2 pounces. The second pounce was so powerful that he knocked Harlem Lewis out of the ring from the ropes.
I saw that.
Remember that?
Flipped him.
And that was the first one. That fucked up his leg.
Yeah.
Then the second pounce fucked it up. At the ending, Harlan Lewis is picking up Keanu. Keanu is on like Akuma wide eyes mode. He's just blanked. He's just fucked up. Harlan Lewis is like, you say you're gonna show me. You show me how you kick my ass. We can show me. And then he says, I'm gonna show you. Keanu gets him power up, gets a counter. Harlan Lewis is trying to do his special, the boot slam. Keanu Carver countered it, did his special, which I forgot what his special is. Sort of like a inverted, more modified jackhammer for the 1, 2, 3, and Keanu Carver, who, as of right now, to our understanding, is still sort of employed by TV standards, wins.
Yeah.
So, Terrell, CeeJayWolfy, your thoughts on this? Let's go.
Yeah, I love this match. It shows more like the beginning of it, how much they rivalry grew throughout each episode evolved. So that's good to see and see them going at each other maybe the final time, but it's good to see going at each other like this for something big. So this match was an A. I'll give it an
A. Okay. Terrell?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this match an A as well. It was very good. It was good from start to finish, even before the bell even went off. It tells a story, and even though it's only been 12, 13 episodes, it still ties in from the very first time that they met all the way up until now. So that was a good way for them to capitalize on the story and things like that. The match was brilliant. And Keanu, he came out on top. The better man won.
And did you enjoy the storytelling of this match where they were both powerful, but they found each other's weaknesses? Harlan got some bad legs, and Keanu has not a thick head.
Yeah,
because you can just knock him out. You can fuck him up.
Yeah.
But Keanu's weakness is his power because he blind pounced. The second pounce is just like pure, like I'm just gonna pounce you and fuck it over with. So that could be like if Oba gets knocked out but just starts swinging, you're still fucked. Like just stay away from that. But Cardian, your thoughts on the match and rating?
I thought this was an exciting match. I'll give it an A as well because honestly, I have no notes or critiques. It was a good match.
Okay.
I mean, it was one we've been waiting for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, so. It was not Dijakovic Lee. It was not. I understand that. That was the ring. The ring would be a little bit more bigger. The environment would be a little more crazier. They would have jumped. They would have jumped to the stand to the people outside, and that's fucking indie level shit. And then you can't know that someone would have got hurt. Someone legitimately would have got hurt. Yeah. So you're not there yet. You'll get there when you get to NXT. I think in the future they will get there. So I give this match a B because this is the beginning of something in the future that they will come back to if they're smart. If someone works in Evolve and then tells the people in the NXT and the writers like, look, these two people should never like each other. So if they're going to NXT at different times, once they see each other, you have a rivalry and a storyline that you can use our video footage to keep going. I'll put that out. Well, I like that. I like to put that out there together.
Yeah, they have a future for sure.
So overall, I give before we get to the next episode. Overall, I give this episode 12 with the Harlem Keanu, but the swipe right and the other thing. I give it a B- because the swipe right Timmy Thatcher thing was not that great. The 4-way showing us Kylie Ray was okay.
Yeah.
And the main event was just that's it. Best ass main event there is. I think.
I was going for that too, yeah. B-.
CeeJayWolfy Terrell, your final rating of the show as a whole before we get to episode 13.
I'm gonna have to say a B-.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I give you that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's good, and that makes sense, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to episode 13, we're gonna have a nice little 2-minute break because give everyone the time to breathe. We get have a time to stretch our legs. So we'll be back in 2 minutes. Possibly with a drink in my hand, but I don't really know. But we'll be back. See ya.
I'm taking over. One city at a time. Evolve is the brand, and it is the best of all time. Got my friends with me, so you know it's time to unwind. We gon' show you how to do it. This is the way we climb. To the top, not stop, it won't be a drop. Cause I'm here to save the day and we will never flop. So just turn it up a notch, yeah. It's Evolving Podcast. Let it drop, it's the weekend, I ain't had no rest yet. It's time for us to rise, and you know we bout to flex. I'm so hot that you ain't gotta check. Just sit back, relax, and let me do the rest. Yeah, we taking over. One city at a time. Evolve is the brand, and it is the best of all time. Got my friends with me, so you know it's time to unwind. We gon' show you how to do it. This is the way we climb. To the top, not stop, it won't be a drop. Cause I'm here to save the day and we will never flop. So just turn it up a notch, yeah. It's Evolving Podcast. Let it drop, it's the weekend, I ain't had no rest yet. It's time for us to rise, and you know we bout to flex. I'm so hot that you ain't gotta check. Just sit back, relax, and let me do the rest. Yeah, we taking over when we're the best of all time. You don't wanna miss this, is the way we climb. Cause we evolve and we're the best of all time. You don't wanna miss this, is the way we climb. So let's evolve and let's do it together. Let's evolve, we can do it forever. Let's evolve and let's do it together. Let's evolve, we can do it forever. We evolve and we're the best of all time. You don't wanna miss this, is the way we climb. Cause we evolve and we're the best of all time. You don't wanna miss this, is the way we climb.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed that intermission. All right. Let's start off episode 13. They say that this is time for let's do a triple threat for the, just because I have it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second. There we go. First match, episode 13. Lince Dorado versus Jackson Drake and Jordan Oasis. Lince Dorado looking like Hugh Hefner, respectfully. and then he smelled the belt like a cat. So, and then cat things. Like my girlfriend didn't notice that.
I did notice that. Yes.
This one. He's actually from Bayamon, Puerto Rico, which is the state, which is the town next to San Juan. But most all Puerto Ricans are just from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Fucking bastards.
We'll talk about that.
Jordan Oasis has been gone for a while, and they explained that he was in, what a surprise, in Booker T's fucking Reality of Wrestling, winning, and that's the reason that he had a chance to be in this three-way, to then be a chance to get into the four-way elimination. So now we know that the order is WWID, then Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, then Evolve, then NXT, and so forth. It's the new era. Like Booker T slid his shit in there.
Yeah.
Real talk.
So
yeah.
good afternoon, good evening, Mr. EOD33 Wrestling Hub. Check out his channel and enjoy the madness with him. He does nice streams. Hello, you sir. I'd like you guys, sir. Now, let's talk about this match. Lince Dorado versus Jordan Oasis and Jackson Drake. They're still focused on that damn bag that Jordan Oasis.
We'll find out what's in there eventually.
Whatever. This is a good match back and forth. Lince Dorado did a couple of good moves, but he wasn't. It seemed that he was off a couple seconds with the guys because, again, he's a luchador hanging out with a big guy, hanging out with Jackson Drake, which is like a very skinny Brian Danielson.
Would you say he's more experienced than the other two?
He has 19 years at wrestling experience. He's a 20-year vet.
Okay, then the answer is yes. So, yeah, maybe it was just hard for them to find the pace with the match. You have one who's so experienced and then two that are just kind of starting out.
Nobodies. Exactly. Now, do you want to talk about the mannerisms of Drake, or should we not talk about that?
Oh, no.
We can ask them because they're part of our crew, and that we.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Jackson Drake? And his twerking skills.
Wrestling skills. He is up there. His wrestling skills is good.
Yeah, y'all
know. No, wait. I want to. She didn't say wrestling skills. She said twerking skills because we saw the match again, and he was twerking, posing, pop that ass out like Glorilla, and doing some twerking. He actually did that.
That pissed me off.
That's weird.
Why? Why, Terrell? Because he's just showing his body off?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
No, because I fuck with Jackson Drake. But that cringe ass shit, don't do that shit no more, Jackson.
I couldn't not notice his ass sticking out. I'm like, why does he keep doing that?
The Carolina Reaper, no. Carolina Reaper, yes. In ring skills, yes. I fuck with you on that. But that motherfucker went full blown Memphis on us with that goddamn twerking shit. That motherfucker look like a demon from New Orleans. Literally possessed his ass and was like, twerk.
Get that ass out.
I want to see him in a match with that one guy who came out the one time.
Yeah.
With the feathers and everything. I don't remember what his name was.
Oh, the peacock?
The two of them together could be something great.
Wait.
Shit, I know what you guys
is the one guy that came out wrestling?
Yeah,
with the feathers and the cape.
With
and
the boys. With the peacock and the boys.
You talking about the one that was doing the androgynous stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, man. What's his name?
Fuck, I forgot. EOD. If you remember, he was in TNA and ROH.
Oh, no, you're talking Dalton Castle.
No,
he's Dalton Castle.
There you go, Dalton Castle.
With the boys, yeah. With the feathers and stuff. Oh, yeah, he's on him. He's on him.
You want him to be one of the boys?
No, I'm just saying, like, put them together in a tag team match. See what happens.
Oh, Lord.
But, okay. Oh, my God. But
one-on-one, but either way.
Either way, Lince Dorado almost lost because Swipe Right grabbed his leg, but the refs didn't see it. After a bunch of chicanery, Lince Dorado said, fuck that, did a Tope con Hilo, took some of the Swipe Right boys to the back. Yeah. Swipe Right boys then unalived him. And they came back without him. So, what the fuck
Basically,
that happened?
Swipe Right tried to interfere, and he did a flip to them outside of the ring. They disappear backstage, and then he never comes back up.
Never comes back. And then Jordan Oasis gets the nice little special, the pop up. But in the end, Jackson Drake hit Jordan Oasis with the Busaiko knee for the 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get to the break later. Now let's combine this. Let's combine this both here. All right, post match. But before we get to the post match, CeeJayWolfy Terrell, thoughts and rating of the episode. Sorry, of the match of Lince, Jordan, and Jackson Drake. Jackson Twerk and Drake.
The match, it was good. It was pretty decent. So I give it like a B.
Yeah.
Try this is good. Okay, Terrell.
Yeah, the match wasn't bad. It was good to see Dorado again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a ring, it was very unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Oasis, you need to let us know what you got in that bag, man, because I'm pretty sure he got some RIP bullets and a Glock in there. That's what I believe is in it. And motherfucker gonna try him and he gonna Brian Pillman a motherfucker. Like, because with this gun right here,
oh my God. No.
This is our co-host. I love him.
Come get me, Stone Cold. Come get me. No. And Jackson Drake with the twerking. So I'm gonna have to give it a B-. I love you, Jackson. I love Jackson Drake. That's my boy.
But the twerking.
I don't even care.
The twerking, dude.
I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care if he humped the air. Like, I wouldn't even care if he humped the air or something. But the twerking though, like, no, bro, that's.
He's literally doing Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, gorilla poses.
Just because your last name Drake, just because your last name Drake don't mean you gotta twerk like a bitch nigga. Stop doing that.
Drizzy. Okay.
I'm so
all right. Okay. But
Carolina River.
Your thoughts on the match and rating?
No, same. I give it a B-. All
right.
Same across the board. Jordan Oasis is a good win.
He lost.
And Lince Dorado is. I like to see more of him. But I'm glad he didn't win. So
that's fine. C. Jordan Oasis came back and then they put a nice little 10-second excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Lince Dorado was cool, but he didn't do anything that was like great. They just just wanted to put a luchador, I guess.
The AAA.
And Jackson Drake, good face mannerisms, but again, the twerking part is gonna bother me. It's gonna be fucking Riley Osborne with the pants all over again.
Oh,
come on, all over, and he's gone. So
yeah,
I will put that out. All right. After that, backstage, we have a TNT promo with TNT. By the way, actually, they were all happy and shit. Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about this fucking thing. Right. TNT talk about Cappuccino Jones and Mike Cartwheel. Jack Cartwheel. They said that they're really fast, but we are going to be strong. We got power and everything else. We got this. We can fucking do this. I'm like, okay, fine. And they're like, all right, yeah, we can do this shit. Next we're gonna evolve. Jackson Drake will battle Keanu Carver, Sean Legacy, and Idris Inoue for the Fatal 4-Way elimination. After that, post-match, Jackson Drake is on the outside. Jackson Drake is still in the ring. Jackson Drake says, like, no one can beat me. I deserve to be in here. Inoue comes in. Inoue in his big over puffy pants comes in. Oh, I've been here too. Jackson Drake says that your breath stinks. And he's like, Inoue, like, I'm freaking Inoue. Sean Legacy comes out and says, look, I've been doing this shit for 8 years. You guys have just been starting. I've been doing this shit, and I deserve. And the legacy is going to be super. And Jackson Drake is saying, look, you and he specifically says this: you two guys in the ring, there's no chance you guys are gonna beat me. Anyone in this Fatal 4-Way has no chance to beat me. And when he said that, I looked at Cardell. I'm like, hey, where's Keanu? Oh, where is he?
Real soon.
So Jackson Drake gets out of the ring. He's backing up.
There he goes.
And I love he's all badass, right? But then he goes. Then he took
Keanu shows up like this.
Yeah, but he took 2 blocks, 2 more, and now he's in Inglewood. He doesn't understand he's in Inglewood. He turns around and motherfucker's like, "Oh man, my bad. No man, I didn't do anything. I didn't mean it." I'm like,
she was talking shit.
So he backs up again. He backs up again to these guys. They punch him. Keanu knocks him out, and I love that the other 3 guys don't fight each other. They just look at him on the floor.
Because he's the squash of the 4.
Also, Cardi made a good point. 3 or 4 guys holding the other 2 guys back. 1 woman holding Keanu Carver. 1 blonde ass girl. Just like,
no, I did think it was funny that like one female security guard came out to stop him because like they knew that
that's it, just 1.
Male security guards wouldn't do anything, but 1 hand on the chest. It's like, no, that's it. I'm not gonna fight. I'm done.
Her hand couldn't reach his head.
He's like,
her hand, like, if she did this, it would reach to here to Keanu Carver, but she has the power of Wonder Woman. Stop.
With a hand like this big, just
small ass baby hand. So so CeeJayWolfy Terrell, what are your thoughts on the post match? And we'll say who wins later, but just about the post match.
It was decent.
Okay,
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was
like the whole segment was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
I agree.
Even with Jackson saying, like, declaring that he's gonna win and forgetting, Keanu.
How you forgot
the
him?
only way I see anybody winning and not Keanu is Harlem gets involved, because it's gonna be a Fatal 4-Way and it's gonna be no DQ.
Yeah, he can interfere.
Yeah. That's true.
That's the only way I see Keanu not winning, and that's gonna be another knot in the rivalry.
That's a good point.
Like,
Stevie Turner,
if I don't have a chance to be champion, you're not gonna have a chance to be champion.
That's a good point. If you notice, and I don't think you noticed this, but in the last episode, the 12th episode, Stevie Turner called Carly Bright and told Carly Bright, no, this is episode 13. I forgot about that. Yeah. In episode 13, Stevie Turner is in the back, and she's gonna sign a new person. We'll get to that in a second. But before she signs that new person, she tells Carly Bright, calls her in and says, "Hey, I don't want you entering the match. I don't want you getting involved in the match." Carly Bright's like, "All right, sure." Next week, it might be a point that Stevie Turner tells Harlem Lewis, "Hey, I don't want you in the match." Harlem Lewis is like, "You know what? Fuck you," and just goes to the match anyway because he's fucking Harlem Lewis. He's not gonna fucking listen. So you're going to see dead bodies on the way to the ring. It's like, hey, we're going to the back, and the cameraman's just following all the dead people. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Harlem Lewis! That could be the only way Keanu Carver can't win. That's the only way. I'm thinking
security, everybody going to be on the ground. Harlem Lewis is going to be walking.
Yeah. No, I mean, regardless of
he going to be
who wins. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna crack a joke. I was gonna say he gonna be like Rasputin walking through that motherfucker. I'm gonna show a motherfucker how to slide.
That's true. I respect that. What you say?
No, I'm curious if Keanu Carver is still working at WWE. Because imagine if he is the champion and then they try to do some awkward workaround where he's not anymore.
Yeah.
But no, I think Legacy should take the championship. Honestly,
I think so. We'll talk about that later at the end. We'll talk about that later at the end. Now, after that, this is I didn't want to record the whole thing. I could have. I didn't do it because I just wanted to record the last thing. After this, it's Gall promo. He must have saw the Oscar promo and then like I'm gonna do the same thing. So it's Gall's at the beach. It's Gall's talking about he's the perfect body, he's the perfect man. He doesn't like that Troy Yearwood says that he's the perfect body and he's the perfect man. No, he doesn't like that. And the last thing that he said, and again, I actually recorded this because this is the new. Every time it's Gall comes out, he said this.
Because when you're in mid-condition, there is no competition, dummy.
So I want to put that out there. He actually did that. There was a lot more. He actually did the hand mannerism too, like a Ken doll. He did. He's like just doing that. I'm like, after that, oh no. Oh my god, I fucking hated this guy so fucking much, man. Okay. David wrote it down here. If you're in mid condition, there is no competition, dummy. We're not gonna talk about that promo because we're gonna see his ass later on in life. Drew Martinez in the back had a backstage interview with Jack Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones. I didn't upload it, baby. Oh damn it, I had the video. Cappuccino Jones said this, and he actually wrote it down here too. I had a video. We're gonna get a video for next week. The pot is hot tonight, and it's extra large. And I was like, this is a fucking clip. Oh my god! But I'm sorry I didn't get that. What I did get. Thank you, EOD. What I did get is an exclusive video of Jack Cartwheel explaining his lineage. So we'll talk about that before we get to the match. Enjoy.
I mean, first of all, how did the whole cartwheel motif, originate in your mind? Was it just like something that you was just like killing it out in the park somewhere, and you were like, you know what, this is how we go?
Well, so my great grandfather invented the cartwheel.
What?
Yeah. So there was a small Eastern European town, and they were just like not that high on hopes with things and funds and just attitude. And he said, I'm gonna flip it on its head, and he put his hands up in the air and started a revolution. So then coming from there, and I'm just trying to keep on his legacy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know we were in the presence of royalty.
Cartwheel.
What a thing to what a patch of honor to have part of your family.
And what a great industry that I'm in. It goes perfectly in hand in hand.
Oh my goodness.
That's not something you really think about getting invented. You
know?
Right. Like, it's like a thing you thought like Jesus did. Like,
I always think about that with the term willy-nilly. Where you like, don't be all willy-nilly about it. Like, was there somebody named willy-nilly? Like, hey, y'all gotta stop wearing me out.
You stop wearing me out?
That one time I messed up. Now everybody want to be like, don't be like, willy-nilly.
I saw something not too long ago. It was like, whoever thought of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey killed it.
Brilliant.
Game, bro.
Fantastic.
We owe him all the money.
Yeah.
Whoever it was.
Yeah, we got to find his family.
I wonder if it was like, if your grandfather went to school with a guy who did the backflip, he was like, I got something for you.
They were both trying to impress a girl.
I gotta go with him. I'm sorry. That cartwheel was impressive.
He did it sideways. I ain't never seen it sideways.
Never seen it sideways.
Before the Bell Podcast, slamming up.
Check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Great podcast. So, before we get to the match, what are your thoughts on Jack Cartwheel actually backing it up that he is the great grandson of a cartwheel inventor?
Yeah, I did not know that story was true.
Told you. She was saying it. I don't believe it. I'm like, no, I got the interview right here, girl. I got it. So, CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that was kind of shocking to me that actually ended up being true for real. But
same thing EOD said, cool story. Like that's a cool story. That's like if I was related to someone like the first person that invented the military tank. My great granddad, he drew the first draft of what a military tank looks like. Like that'll be like the hell? That'll be wild. It'll be a wild story. For real. It'll be a wild story for real. Speaking of
also,
wild stories,
yeah, go on now.
I'm actually related to Robert Townsend.
Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend.
Yeah.
Mr. Meteor Man.
Yes.
Oh shit, man! I gotta show you Meteor Man. It's
cool.
Like it's a movie. I love that motherfucking movie. Jesus Christ. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. He was a very good actor between 1989 to 1994.
Oh yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Okay.
Great actor.
Nice.
No, great actor. And then like he like I remember Robert Townsend because he always hang out. He was always in movies or shows with a guy who would tap dance. Never understood why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a one guy who always like, I gotta get out of the streets. I'm like, you always do the fucking tap dance shit. Goddamn. Fun fact with my cartwheel, and I had to take a picture of this because it's fucking ridiculous. But whoever wrote this was a genius.
Yeah.
Mike Cartwheel is best friends with John Backflip and Frank Front Roll. Nice.
Real people.
Nice.
You never know.
Fucking geniuses is writing this shit up. Now, coming up next, we have TNT versus Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel.
Oh yeah.
Match starts off pretty normal. TNT are kind of showing off. One has normal Tims, other one has black, but they actually made that differently. I like that. It seems that Mr. Brick, the shorter one of the group, his neck is getting he's getting more muscle than neck now. Because the last time I saw him, he had a neck. You noticed that too, right, Shay? Like he had neck the first time, and now it's just like he's like this now. I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. It's really creepy. Be safe,
like
sir.
you got this in there. You just
Be safe.
But
all shoulders, no
after
neck.
that, Jack Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones got the rise up. They push TNT outside. Then out of nowhere, because I guess he has nothing else to do because he has no friends, Wesley comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, what the fuck are you guys doing?" He did tell them, split up. What are you guys doing? Think about this, which then distracted the ref, which then they got the turnaround from this. After a while, Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel were getting destroyed. Jack Cartwheel got the hot tag, cartwheeled everybody. Mind you, Mr. Brick has no neck, but Cartwheel did it by himself. Jack Cartwheel goes to the top rope and does a cartwheel. I guess you can call it a cartwheel splash. Bless you. So that was pretty cool for the. It was like, yeah. So that was, I guess, pretty fucking cool.
I think it's funny you say Wesley has no friends when.
I don't think I ever seen that.
They're not his friends. No, they're not his friends because there's lackeys. Like, come on, man. Here we go. Hits the flying cartwheel. Okay, my bad. This Jack Cartwheel does the flying cartwheel elbow drop. It's not a cartwheel splash. It's a cartwheel elbow. Kind of like that makes sense. Instead of doing like the jumping elbow, you just like, Okay, I get that. That's fine. I'll take that. For a 2 count, Jones rocked DuPont with a forearm smash. Jack super kicks DuPont. Double drop kick to DuPont. Igwe with a big boot. After that, they do the TNT Heartstopper for the 1, 2, 3. TNT win. But now when Wesley's involved, they're called High Rise. So what are your thoughts, CJ and Terrell, of TNT / High Rise win against Jack Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones?
Yeah, that was a pretty fun match, and I enjoyed it.
It was good. It wasn't a bad match at all.
TNT improved their skills more better on this match as before. They getting their prowess in, and yeah. So I get this match B+.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, B+ for me as well. Yeah, B+ for me as well. It was actually not that bad of a match at all. It was actually really good. Even with the inclusion of Wesley coming in and talking to the guys y'all, speed. Like it's speed versus power. And y'all gotta separate. Don't be together because y'all gotta outsmart them.
Yeah.
So, they took his advice and ended up getting the win.
I'm just happy to see Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel again, really.
Yeah, that was dope too. That was dope seeing him.
Reminding me as well, thank you for reminding me, Cappuccino Jones, when he walked into the ring, gave a full cup of coffee to a child and walked away. And the child's like, no, it was a child. It was a straight up child. And he looked at her like, why are you giving me a fucking And he just kept walking away. I'm like, you just gave like, and again, Cappuccino Jones says he puts like so much caffeine in that motherfucker. The kid's dead.
He didn't
the kid's
drink
dead
the
from heart attack.
coffee.
Yeah.
You don't know that?
He did not drink.
They kick on the.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
Give a 12-year-old a beer. He ain't gonna drink the beer. You dumb as hell. You gonna drink that beer? Just, oh, I'm cool. And then he's dying.
But,
all right, go on.
No, on TNT, like maybe that's why they're with somebody like Wesley, because they're all muscle, but I guess they need like somebody to guide them. But
they do. They're all muscle.
The storyline, at least. But
they said they're just power. They're pure power. Power doesn't have any like
but
brain.
them against like the match was good, but them against Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel, like that
made no sense.
Well, it was an obvious squash, and it's like, damn, I'd like to see them win once. Like the next time we see Cappuccino Jones, like I'd like to see them win. It's like we have the winning class of like the beefcakes, and then the ones that are just coming in for the squash matches,
which is skinny. Either way, after that,
yes,
I really wouldn't say it was a squash match though. I just I feel like TNT was missing the ball, and like I said, Wesley had to remind them, like, hey, y'all, these guys are super fast. They're outsmarting y'all, and y'all need a strategy. Like, come on, let's get this win. Like he came out like a coach to remind them. Like,
I respect that. Again, and later on, he's like, "Oh, I'll literally go talk about that right now." I can talk about this shit. Stevie Turner is in the back, and she has just signed Jin Tala, aka Lay Laurel, to the Evolve brand. Jin Tala participated in season 1 of LFG. She was on Booker T's class, so she didn't win, but she got a job in Evolve. That's good. She calls in Carly Bright and tells Carly Bright, there's going to be a 4-way. I don't want you getting involved at all. Can you respect it? She's like, yeah, sure. Thank you for that. And because you're going to respect me, you're going to have a match next week against Jin Tala. Carly Bright's like, all right, cool. See you later. Walks away. So, CeeJayWolfy Terrell, before we get to the main event, before 2 more segments, what are your thoughts on Carly Bright versus Jin Tala? Who wins?
I'm looking forward to it, but it seems like they'll probably give it to Carly Bright. For some reason, lately, these new up-and-comers, first matches, they usually take an L. So, probably just starting off, and then probably later on they get some wins. But yeah, probably Carly Bright. I see if I can get her to win.
I get that. Terrell?
I feel like Carly Bright finna get crucified. Because there's no way that this girl just signed an ID program and they finna have her lose in her first match with Evolve.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I don't see it. I see Carly losing.
That'd be predictable.
I do.
That'd be predictable, but then again,
it is predictable.
Lately, they be letting these folks lose though.
Yeah, it is predictable. I can't say that.
They be letting them lose, so I'm thinking Carly might not win.
Yeah.
There we go. That's called teamwork right there, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't know what's happening. Now I believe I actually want Carly Bright to win. The win. Back in the NXT Gold days, like 2018, 2019, sometimes a debuting person didn't win. Rarely. They were copying Lucha Underground a lot. Yeah, they were copying Lucha Underground. And that when Lucha Underground was doing that, when someone would debut, you would expect them to win, but sometimes they lost, and they would lose like 1, 2, 3 times, and then until they finally had the comeback. Jin Tala, who the fuck she is, good for her.
Yeah,
Booker T, whatever, sure. And mind you, this was new footage. This was not predated footage because again, she just lost, and they just had to like, okay, we're gonna stick her in. Carly Bright's not apparently, by looks of it, is not in any storylines at all, so that's why they chose Carly Bright. It makes sense. Yeah. You put a new video, like we're gonna record this new. Carly Bright, you're gonna come in. You're gonna fight Jen. You're gonna say hi to her, and then you're gonna fight her next week at a tape. Not even a taped episode, something that we just did on the fly. I guess. But either way,
those tape edits are crazy though, man.
It's happened too fucking many times. After that, Natalya comes out of nowhere and says she'll be presenting the WWE Evolved belt to the winner. After that, Wesley is in the back and he's talking to TNT. He's like, "Oh no, we're High Rise. We know what the fuck we're doing. TNT was like, oh, these guys were strong. I mean, these guys were fast, but because Wesley is smart, we're trained by him. He's like, oh, shucks, you're making me blush. Da, 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 da. You know what? I'll be here next week. And then TNT says this. I don't think we're done with Cartwheel and Cappuccino Jones. Oh, no? Okay. I'll be here next week. If Cartwheel or Cappuccino wants to do something, I'll be here. So now Wesley will either fight Cartwheel or Cappuccino. Or Cartwheel and Cappuccino get a third person so they can fight 3. Because again, people tend to forget this in Evolve. There's only 2 tag teams in Evolve. Yeah. That's it. TNT, swipe right.
Swipe right. Brought in a third before.
Who?
Oasis.
That's not a tag team. That's a 3-way.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but the 3 of them have fought, some 3-way.
Yeah, they have. But like as a consistent tag team, a tag team that is a tag team, there's only 2. That's it. Cappuccino and Mike and Jack Cartwheel, they're like they jump from one third guy to another third guy to another third guy to they've been doing that since episode 1. They were with Sean Legacy. Remember, they were with Sean Legacy. Then they were with Jordan Oasis. Then they haven't been with anybody else. So, I think because of this happening, I want to see Cartwheel or Cappuccino Jones beat Wesley. Mind you, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because he's a former NA champion. So but it would be nice. It would be nice if one of them would beat Wesley for the future. I think, but speaking for the future, it's time.
I'm excited to see Wesley and Evolve. I think he's a good transition person for people to be fighting.
It seems bad that when you were high up in some places, they have no writing for you, so they have to put you in Evolve.
Yeah.
Not because you're helping out the talent, it's because they have nothing for you in NXT.
At least
and
you got
too many.
She got something. And they took out Gallus, so they have to do that.
Yeah, they took Gallus too. Fuck, I forgot about that. We might see him in a couple of weeks in the pre-tapes. Now, time for the main event. Wendy Chu versus Kelly Armstrong versus Kendall Gray versus Kylie Ray. EOD Wrestling Hub said the same thing. There's too many fucking K's in this damn match.
Oh,
shit. Kendall, Kylie, Callie versus Wendy. Fucking Kardashians.
So right.
Ridiculous. All right. Highlights. Wendy Chu was dominating after a certain point. Then all 3 of them went after her. She was on the floor, and then she came up like a zombie. So I did love that. Callie did her Callie connection. Kylie Ray did a super kick. And Kendall Gray did a nice little German, sort of a German, to knock out Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu is eliminated. We'll get to the second one. After that, Kylie and Kendall. Well, Kendall and Callie. I'm doing it again. Kendall and Armstrong are fighting. Kendall and Armstrong are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're just trying to beat each other. At one point, I love this. At one point, Kendall grabs Armstrong and puts her in a submission. Kylie slides in, back, and does a crucifix on Kendall for the 1, 2, 3. Kylie's won twice.
Yes.
Then we're in Kylie versus Armstrong. Good back and forth. Slow, but back and forth. Armstrong was kind of struggling to pick up Kylie a couple times. It seemed like she was a little off foot. It happens. I didn't like her white clothes. She's all like Diddy clothes. And I can't believe I'm fucking saying that like D-Walk, but she just had the Diddy white. I didn't like that. Just off white. I didn't like that shit. For me. Didn't accentuate her. At one point, Armstrong goes for the Callie connection. And this is the part that I told Cardi M this. She's setting it up. I'm like, oh, shit, it's over. It's over. It's over. Kylie Ray out of nowhere does a fucking crossface. A counter Callie connection into a crossface. I got up off my... I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
And in that moment, we were excited for Kylie to
possibly win. I'm like, and then it dawns on me. It dawns on me. Holy shit. Kylie Ray is a 12-year fucking red. Holy shit. Kylie Ray could possibly win the belt and shows the company, I'm not going to go crazy this time. I'm going to stay because she has mental health issues. Remember that. But no, Armstrong does a power slam, Callie connection for the 1, 2, 3. Callie Armstrong is your new inaugural Women's Evolve champion. Not of the world, but just of the championship. CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, your thoughts on the elimination process, the win, and the possibility of the sell of Callie almost losing to Kylie Ray.
And winning true elimination kind of shocked at me. Like she was the first eliminated at that. Then Kylie getting both Kendall, her and Kendall out. The overall the match was good. They had a good fatal 4-way match. But I did suspect I thought Kylie had it at the end. I thought Kylie Ray had it at the end. Yeah. But dude, that's why I thought Armstrong was gonna tap. I think that's the second time she put that crossface on her.
For real.
Because it was just like just edge of the seat. Like if she gonna do it, she gonna tap. Yep. But Kylie came on top. In a way, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I already suspected she might end up winning anyway.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. But I get the match at A.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Terrell, elimination process and win.
Yeah, the elimination process was I remember like just eating, and I just looked up and Bae was like, "When did you get pinned?" And like me and her brother just looked at each other like,
yeah.
And then he was like, "I don't even want to fucking finish this shit now." And I was like, "No, wait, we still."
That's what I said too. That's what I said too. I don't want to watch this anymore, man. She's gone.
And I said, wait, we still got Kylie and we still got Armstrong. And he was like, "Yeah, that's true, but our number one pick got eliminated, and it just seemed like
either either her or Kylie.
For y'all to announce that she's the gatekeeper during her entrance, the show don't fucking seem like it. That's like that's like The Rock being the final boss, and that motherfucker get pinned in under 1 minute.
Get eliminated first out of some.
You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but
like
either way it go, it was a good match. I'm gonna give the match. Because even the back and forth with Armstrong and Kylie was fucking crazy. Like, had me on the edge of my seat. Everybody did their thing. But like I said, Wendy Chu's time in the ring was a little off to me.
Yeah, that was.
And that's going to have to be investigated for a later time. But other than that, I'm going to get a match. Fuck. I'm going to give it an A- just because Armstrong did win. I mean, it really didn't matter as long as I didn't really want Kendall Gray to win, honestly.
Yeah. I get that.
Choice,
I get that.
First choice, Wendy. Second choice, Armstrong. Third choice, Kylie. But Kendall, I didn't want to ever see her win to begin with.
Okay. I get that. And shout out to Kendall Gray, who's probably watching this because of insecurities. Nothing against you, girl. You were the fourth pick.
I mean, Kendall Gray dope. Like Kendall Gray dope. I ain't gonna lie, but she wasn't my pick though. Yeah.
I get that. All right, Cardi M.
I agree about the Wendy Chu being the gatekeeper thing, because why is it that she's the gatekeeper of Evolve, but the only person she's really gone after is Kylie Ray? Like, they've dragged this thing out the whole season so far.
Oh, we'll get there.
But yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see her take the belt. That being said, this honestly was a hard one because, like, leading up to this women's belt, like, I couldn't really pick who I wanted to win because they all had their own reasons for deserving it. Even Kendall Gray. But Callie Armstrong just seemed like the most obvious choice. Like, she's the girl on top. She's got all the confidence. Like, of course she's going to win. But Kylie Ray was, like, kind of the dark horse opponent. Like, she's the vet of among all of them. Like, she really should take the win. But, yeah, I get it. They went with a popular choice. The match itself was great, though, aside from the fact that Wendy Chu was the first one out. I feel like they had to do that, just to be like, all right, she's the most powerful besides.
And they protected her in a way. I hate to say it, but they did protect her in a way because everyone had to do their finisher on her just to knock her out.
Yeah,
and it was
Kylie. Get her out early.
It was Kylie like, oh, I already know how to kill this fucking vampire. Fuck this shit. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, done. So I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
She knew what she had to do going into that match. But I will give it A-.
Yeah. Now,
thanks for stopping by.
Hope Kelly was champion. Now, then Kelly is champion.
Chantel is a good contender as well. Like, that's the thing. The women's roster is strong.
Yeah,
So.
but now you're gonna have but I wanted to say this real quick. Post match, if anyone didn't notice this, Kylie Ray was sitting where the LED is when everyone comes in.
Yep.
She was sitting down.
Yep.
But you noticed that, right?
She
too.
was-
And shout out.
This is Wendy Chu, just like
Shout out to Darth
Just left
Plagueis
tonight.
in fucking Star Wars. You see fucking Wendy Chu do the same thing as Darth Plagueis, like.
Like, I'm
That should have been a clip. That should have been a clip.
I wasn't gonna get it. I wasn't gonna get it, but I was like, it was so quick. I'm gonna get it for next week. But
I'm making an edit out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit out of that because
music.
it was
you could use that for so many things.
Yeah. Now exactly. Now Wendy doesn't care about the belt. Wendy just cares about Kylie. I don't think she even gives a fuck that she lost because of Kylie. Like, no, our rivalry is not done. We just had chapter 1, the belt.
Yeah.
Chapter 2 comes a fucking either a ladder match, 2 out of 3 match, Iron Woman match.
It's true.
Something.
Wendy probably didn't care about the belt.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She didn't really focus. Kylie focused on Wendy. Wendy never focused on Kylie. Wendy focused on everybody when she was having that match. She went after Kylie. She went after Kendall. She went after Kylie. She didn't care.
Yeah, but when she came in, who did she? Like you said, it was good cinematography. Because who did she look at before the bell rang? Kylie.
Yeah, she looked at she looked at Kylie. She looked at Kendall, but then she's like, "Bitch, remember me, Kylie?" So I like that. Kendall is out. There's going to be a rivalry between Kendall and Armstrong again. We'll see that down the road again. I think that's her Cena, and she's the Orin. Armstrong's the Orin. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be someone that's always going to go against you. And it's not Chantal. They're going to have to make a secondary belt for this. They can't have one girl like Kelly Armstrong because this is Evolve. So we take this as dog years. So 3 months is the equivalent of a year. Maybe a tag belt.
We don't need a second belt.
But I give this match A+.
Yeah.
Because of the fact of the elimination. I was telling EOD this, and I was telling you this too. How the hell are they going to have two rival people in 2 different things in a fatal 4-way? Make an elimination. That means everybody wins.
I did like that concept, actually.
Yeah, I love that elimination style.
Oh yeah.
Yes. No. And by the way, having Callie one, she is badass. And before we continue, let's ask the question from DT2 and him.
Yeah.
DT, yeah, 2. Who wins the men's title? We have Justin Drake, Sean Legacy, Inoue, and Keanu Carver. Cardiem, who wins? It's elimination too, so we're not gonna do elimination. You know what? Yeah, let's do that shit. It's elimination. Last to first. Let's go. Who goes first? Who does last?
Drake is out first.
Okay, Drake is out first.
That's done.
Okay.
Keanu gets Inoue out.
That's 2.
And then it's Keanu versus Legacy.
Yes.
And it's because of interference with Harlem Lewis. Legacy pins Keanu.
Okay.
And takes the win.
Okay. All right, that's 4. That's 4. All right, boom. And then Legacy's the winner. I will say Drake first, Inoue second, and then if they haven't fired Keanu, because Sean Legacy has a match with Ethan Page down the line. That is something that we're putting it into the back pocket for something else.
But they could be setting Sean Legacy up at NXT because he's the Evolve champion.
They won't put him as a
same thing with Kelly Armstrong. Yeah. That's why she's
but remember on Tuesday she came out in the back before Stephanie fought JC Jane and she didn't have the belt. Them knowing that she was going to win the belt the next day anyway.
Why would you put the belt on her if we don't know that she's going to take the
belt?
I don't know.
We
knew, but we didn't know.
That's the point. Will Carver actually be in the match? Or will be retaped? We don't know. We don't know that things are going to be retaped. No one said anything yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is a pre-taped match, so
it's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Yeah. Like even if Keanu did take the belt, they might switch it up after the fact and say no. Actually, we're just going to snatch
Harlem Lewis. Yeah, Harlem Lewis
do some editing shit.
Harlem Lewis ran him over with a car, and then he died. And then that's it. It happens. It's actually happened before. It's actually happened before. It can be done. So I'll put that. CeeJayWolfy.
Yeah, they'll do it.
They will do it. CeeJayWolfy from last to first. Who goes out first? Who remains last?
Okay. Let me see. Well, I say first eliminated, Keanu.
Yeah.
Because
Oh shit. Okay.
From the jump. Before the match probably started, he might go in there and jump here and might turn to a triple threat.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
And let's see, the next one could be Inofe.
Okay, yeah.
And the last two going to be Jackson and Sean. Which really I
Okay,
see.
so Sean wins.
Sean wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Because again, Sean Legacy being the Evolve champion going into after Worlds Collide, the fight Ethan Page will work.
And
But
he'll come out, he'll come out with a belt on him, like, yeah, I'm the champion of Evolve.
yeah, Jackson Drake. No, I do not want to see Jackson Drake going to NXT with that fucking belt. He stays in Evolve. Stay
I don't know
there.
why they're pushing him from Vanity Project versus Bryson, whatever his name is.
Bryce Donovan.
Yeah,
because Bryce Donovan is a tall, skinny, lanky motherfucker. They realize they have the idea, but they don't have the full Drew McIntyre. They have the young Drew McIntyre. They need about 10 years and about 50 pounds. They'll get there. They'll get there. All right, Terrell, last to first. Let's go.
Yeah, my scenario was basically similar to CJ and Cardi. So I had both of those in mind. I had Cardi's in my mind already, but she basically predicted my outcome. But I see it going either way because I don't see Harlem winning. Honestly, this is me being for real. Keanu.
Yeah.
I don't see Keanu winning. This is me being for real because of Harlem. Yeah.
Exactly.
But I definitely see Jackson being eliminated first because of the number games. They're gonna be like, let's get this goofy up out of here. Let's get him out first since he want to talk all the noise.
True.
Yeah.
I would like a this is not gonna happen, but a Keanu Inofe final. Like Inofe and Keanu are the last ones left. Mind you, again, if Sean Legacy loses, I'm putting this out there. Exactly. If Sean Legacy loses, I'm putting it out there. Sean Legacy is going after Ethan Page. That's the only reason he's gonna lose. You lose this because you're gonna get the North American belt. You don't need the Evolve belt. We're good enough. But if but Inofe is someone they had their eyes on. He had a fucking shoulder injury. They like Keanu. They love Keanu, but he's not there yet. He is a thug who wants to beat up people. That's great. As a champion, no.
Inofe could be the champion, but we got to see a little bit more of him. They can't push him too hard. So it's a balance with that.
It's a balance. It's a balance with that. But EOD 33, give us your final four because he's gonna watch it live.
Yeah.
So tell us your final four. Who's gonna go out first?
I do think it's interesting that across the board we all kind of unanimously picked Inofe as being like the second pin.
Yeah.
Like maybe the third, but most likely the second one down.
Yeah, and we got a question here. Who's winning if Sean loses? If Sean loses, and I'm not saying Jackson Drake because it's true, like it'll be insufferable.
If Sean loses and we don't get Keanu as a champion, then it would be
Drake.
No,
it would be Drake. It just came out of nowhere.
It's gonna end up being Drake.
Drake.
If Sean don't win, it's gonna end up being Drake because that's gonna really push. That's really gonna push a narrative of White Bright taking over, like the Vanity Project.
The whole other. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
For real, that's what's gonna happen.
She's physically disgusted by
that's the angle. That's the angle that I didn't think of, and I'm like, they're really pushing Swipe Right right now.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I slick want to throw up just at the thought of it, and I love Jackson Drake. That's the funny part, but I don't want to see him as champion if he fucking with them because, oh my god,
dude,
unless he loses the belt in like a week.
Dude, Zeta Steel, it's gonna be bad. Yeah. Zeta Steel came out when they were doing the pose. Zeta Steel was moving around like she had too many dicks in her face. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, dude, stop. Oh, so if Jackson, here's the thing though,
like that motherfucker gonna be champion. The fucking Swipe Right, they gonna be some. They gonna go top cringe and thinking they cool and they not. Fucking no. What's our boy name? What's our boy name? The tall guy. Damn, I forgot his name.
Oh, Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce. Yeah, Bryce Donovan just gonna be in the middle of all this shit, and I'm gonna feel bad for him. And then what the fuck is Zeta still gonna be at a fucking Sasha's party, dick riding and shit?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Next thing you know, Vanity Project's just gonna become a huge cult.
Mind you, if they're going if they're all Bobby Heenans, they're all just fucking weasels. Zeta Steel can take the belt off Armstrong.
Oh, that's gonna be even worse.
It's not gender fluid. If someone grabs Callie's leg when Zeta Steel's pinning her, and they just hold her leg down, they'll do it.
Oh yeah.
They'll fucking do it.
Man.
And
Yeah,
I think that'll be fucking sucky. But swipe right are fucking fuckboys. Fuckboys don't have any rules.
They're starting to seem like the culling of Evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the culling make no sense either. But either way, it's just But either way, final thoughts of NXT as a whole. I give this episode a rating of an A. Sorry, an A. Because again, this first match was really good, except for Lindsay Dorado. Not that bad. I give it that. Second match was okay as well. What was the second match anyway? I forgot what
it was TNT.
TNT was Jack Cartwheel. No, fuck that shit. B minus.
Did you ever get
B minus.
EOD's rating?
Oh man, here you go. You got it right here. Carver out by Team Up. Inoue, Sean, and Drake wins. If Sean gets NXT push, exactly. If Sean gets the push and gets the belt, he doesn't have to win.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to.
And Drake winning would make like we said, Vanity Project is the star of Evolve right now, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
It makes sense. And we have 2 questions here. Do Evolve want to have tag belts? If they would, if there's more than 2 tag teams, there's only 2.
More teams.
Therefore,
they need more teams.
Yeah, exactly. And right here, Callie would be a dominant champion if wrestling wasn't fixed. Yes, it would be a dominant champion. But again, Zeta Steel cheats. Vanity Project cheats. You only have in the roster of people who've heard a fight, Calix, Hayes, Summer, Carly Bright, Kendall Gray, Wendy Chu, Aria Bennett, Chantal Moreau, Layla Diggs. You already got 10 girls.
Well, it's also like for the storyline, like we know Kelly Armstrong is practically unbeatable by Evolve standard. So it doesn't make any sense for her to lose the belt in a fair way because there's nobody for her to lose the belt to. It has to be taken by cheating, just like what happened with Stephanie.
She has to lose by pass out or cheating.
Just like what happened with Stephanie Vakiri, even though you don't want to admit it. So we'll
check
out NXT time with
hashtag not my champion. Hashtag not my champion. Sorry.
Well, we somewhat know the reason why Stephanie lost.
Yeah, she's going up.
She going up. But anyway, that same thing with Ricky, and I kind of pissed about that. But that match was actually pretty.
Yeah, that match was good.
That match was actually outrageous in a good way. But I love chaos.
Stephanie.
But no, man. What I was gonna say? I had lost train of thought. It was something about. Oh yeah, Callie. So Callie, she definitely could be a dominant champion, and it's not because wrestling is fixed. They just have to write it that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't do like Mercedes Moné now. Don't make her the Thanos.
Yeah.
Don't make her the Thanos. Just let her hold one title and have a title reign. She don't have to collect all these titles from different companies and shit.
Exactly.
And now that's when you overdo it. That's overkill.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like the superhero or like the villain complex where it's like they make them too powerful for their own good, and then it's like
Oba.
They're up here now. What do we do with you?
It's Oba problem.
Like, I swear,
you're fucking with Oba.
If Mercedes beat Tony Storm,
I know.
No comment.
I know.
Peace out.
That's okay, but I will say this. For Callie Armstrong, we have a question for everybody before we leave, and even down in the comments before we leave. How many title defenses before she leaves? Before she loses the belts? And I have a number of 5.
Yeah, I think 5 too.
I think 5. 5 for me. Cardium.
3 came to mind, but yeah, 5 makes sense.
Okay. So CJ agreed at 5. Terrell 5 as well.
As soon as you asked the question, the first number that came in my head was 5.
Yep.
Yeah. She agreed. No, she's not gonna be the face of the division. DT2. She's gonna have the belt for a month, maybe 2. Give it to somebody else. And I wanna. Let me see, 6 or 7. Yeah, 6 or 7. I give that. 6 or 7 is a good number, honestly.
That's not bad.
And then she loses it too. We'll talk about that in the next episode. Yeah. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, which will probably be on Sunday, I believe. Not
this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Not this Sunday. Next Sunday. Yeah. Next Sunday.
Which is when we'll talk about the men's belt.
Yes. We'll talk about the men's fatal 4-way elimination. We'll talk about how we're going to get there. We're going to have a couple more matches happening. Carly Bright's going to fight Jen Tala. Yes. Which is the fucking stupid fucking, it's like Jim Cotta.
No, I'm Excited for it. I like Harley Bright.
I do.
You know,
I do.
Gimmick.
I do. We're missing Holloway. We're missing Trill London. We're missing. We're not missing. It's Gal. Get your ass out of here. Never come back. But with that, CeeJayWolfy, Terrell, please tell us your socials. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, there'll be new updated socials down in the description. But for now, you got what you got. Please, sir.
For-Terrell, y'all. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube under For-Terrell Gaming. I will be having some gaming content coming pretty soon. You can also find me under For-Terrell Music. I will be getting back into music as well. And I also have a music video that will be dropping July 27th.
I think
something like that.
Yeah.
Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Hell, you can even find me on X. I ain't got no content on there, but yeah.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. CeeJayWolfy 15 on TikTok, Instagram. What's Chelsea J15 on Instagram? Facebook is my name, Chelsea, and everything. Twitter, all those platforms. And yep, that's it.
Okay. Cardio.
You guys can find.
I think the mic went out.
The mic went out.
All right, go.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram, Kardala Muhammad on Instagram. To respond to the comments, though, we'll talk more about the NXT outcome and our thoughts on that. We'll end the show here for Evolve. This is Evolve, but if you want to hear us talk about NXT and other wrestling, check us out on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We have more thoughts on obviously. So if you want to talk about JC Jane, come by on Saturday.
Oh yeah, on Saturdays there's no time limit, so we're gonna go 4 hours. I have my hashtag not my champion. Hashtag I'd rather have Jada. Hashtag bring back.
I was the
No, you
the rights to censor, man. The rights to censor is up to this.
I truly fucking think so. I'm sorry, everybody. Hashtag not my champion. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Shout out to EOD Wrestling Hub. Good night. Shout out to DT2. Shout out to everyone out here. Good night. Not my champion.
Oh yeah.
I'll say it 1,000 times.
Thanks for watching, and remember, like, subscribe, comment, leave your thoughts down below, and all links are in the description. See you next time where we can evolve together. Coquito out.